Hey, get out of here. Okay, welcome to episode number 1 of season 2 of Social TV, the favorite show that you have never seen before.
Some of you have been waiting for season 2 to start.
It's here.
Welcome.
Yay. Welcome to season 2,
Welcome.
episode 1 of the best show you've never heard of.
Okay, let's recap the best show they've never heard of. How was season 1 for you?
It was memorable. Thank you. If you have seen the show, we were on a TV show called Social TV, which we've mentioned on Access 7, one of our favorite partners. They gave us the opportunity to branch out and try our own TV show.
One of our only partners, really.
Yeah. And it was great.
It was the same as social media. Remember this? The most ironic part of social TV?
It
wasn't that social.
It was tough. Yeah.
You couldn't tweet it out.
Well, we tweeted it out, but
you couldn't share the episodes. This one we can share as much as you want.
So this is kind of like the socialist TV you've ever seen.
Wait a minute here.
Right?
This is funded by the government.
This is the socialist TV ever. Which I'm excited to be here.
Social TV usually had me grilling Greg with a whole bunch of really good questions. He had mediocre answers most of the time, but it worked. It worked really well.
Well, let's be honest. It didn't work, and that's why it stopped. So we're going to try this again in a new way, where I'm going to grill Jeph with questions. Before we begin, what is social TV? Like, if someone was going to share this and tune in, what would it be?
Well,
what would be the little YouTube teaser thing? What would it say? It's your show, not mine. I'm just filling in for Lyndon.
The future of marketing.
That's what it is? Yeah. Okay. So, Jeph, what's changed since social TV?
I'm a big Instagram supporter.
Right.
I understand Snapchat is one of the biggest things out there. And I don't know if we're living through the death of Facebook, which we're not. It's harder now.
You got a beard, man. That's the answer. You got a beard. You used to have a big mustache. Now you got a big beard.
If you want to do well at social media, you must know. Once you had the mustache, people started looking you at differently.
Something like that. They were concerned, and they still are. Greg, what are you doing with your facial hair?
Are you okay?
And like I said to you earlier, it's like the cul-de-sac of facial hair, my facial hair. It's just awkward. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Speaking of cul-de-sac,
but it's there.
We're going to come right back around to that same question. What's changed in your life since social TV? It's been a couple years now, Greg.
Yeah, you know what?
You have a kid, you have a dog, you have cats.
No kid, I bought a house. I've got a budding podcast, the Plus Minus podcast. It's getting...
We'll put a link right...
Yeah, I think I average about 20 viewers an episode, which is awesome.
20 viewers of your podcast?
Yeah.
So they're watching you guys talk?
It's a video version of an audio podcast.
It's perfect.
Yeah, we're trying to experiment. It's not going well. But it's great content if you want to tune in. That's probably it. In terms of the social realm, I figured out how to use Snapchat, which was great. Not intuitive at all. I dropped Vine. I'm into the whole Periscope thing.
You were big into Vine for a while.
I tried to be. It was cool for a week. I'm a big fan of Periscope. I tuned in the other day and I watched people smuggle drugs across the U.S. border. On Periscope.
Come on.
It was live.
Come on.
They showed me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. Don't do that. So I don't know if I'm guilty of a crime.
If you're going to be doing illegal things, do not Periscope things.
What else? Facebook is the king. It's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Really?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like Facebook.
So Jeph, tell me something new in the world that is cool.
The multiple logins for Instagram. That's going to help a lot of people.
Multiple accounts, you mean?
Yeah. So you can have a couple accounts open at the same time.
Okay, so if on my phone I can switch back and forth from a client account, my personal account, my business account, my heavy swag account.
Gmail's done this for a while.
Yeah.
Your heavy swag account, you get an email there, all of a sudden you can answer it, but you can flip back to Greg Moore at Gmail.
Yeah, I've got like
still.
5 Twitter accounts, and they keep.
That's what happens when you're a social TV enthusiast.
Oh yeah, I got 12,000 followers on Twitter since social TV, so that's positive.
How did that happen?
It was as easy as $5. Did a social experiment. I'll tell you about it on the next episode of social TV.
We're not here to talk about that just yet, but yes, Fiverr. You tell me something about the marketing world.
Okay, here's the coolest thing I read today. In the UK, there was a student who just developed what they call a bot. So if you go on the internet and you talk to some chat people, they're often bots. They're not real. They're just pre-programmed answers. Well, this student was tired of parking tickets. So he created this bot where you answer your questions. So it asks you like a litany of questions. And when you answer all the questions, it actually spits out this lawyer-written letter and that you can submit to fight your parking ticket.
Unreal.
Yeah, and it's gotten, I think they said $3 million worth of parking tickets off. Wow. It's a lot of money.
But when we were originally talking about this, you said, well, what did the guy sell it for? Or how much
Nothing.
money has he made off of
Nothing.
it?
It's in beta. He doesn't care. He just wants to help make the world a better place.
So, I guess something that's changed in my life, the sharing economy, it's true, it's here. It has nothing to do with social media. It has everything to do with, if I need a drill, I can go into a bunch of sites that you can go and borrow things and use things. What's your hobby? What does Greg Moore do?
What do I, well, this past summer or fall or Christmas, I renovated my basement, which is more of a task than a hobby.
I didn't know you were a handyman.
I'm not, and I'm still not, but I relied on YouTube, sharing economy. I would sit down in my basement on Saturday and watch hours of YouTube to figure out how to put up drywall, how to measure things properly,
So,
which still is...
Do you think it's better to hire an expert, or is it easier to learn from an expert on YouTube and actually do it?
I think both have value. I think the way the future is going is more and more
Easy
people
answer.
on YouTube.
Do you know about that the guy from the last summer games that won the javelin?
No, I don't know about him. What happened?
He said that his coach was YouTube. So in our discussion earlier about hiring an expert to do things and stop trusting amateurs, well, I don't know how valid that is anymore.
I think you're right. I think the further on we get in our society, in the world, the more that will be the case.
Is there anything that you don't want to go to YouTube for that you want to pay an expert for?
To do my hair.
Really?
Yeah. I'll pay someone.
What else you got for social media? Give me my questions back.
Okay, here's something I watched today. So yesterday, Samsung released their new phone, the Samsung S7 Edge. And I was watching the video that they built to sell this phone. And I kind of closed my eyes and I realized this phone sounds like every other phone. They're all the same now. And so I was laughing about like the gap. These people are trying to make me to buy their new phone and get me excited about it. And it's the exact same, except the camera has less megapixels as last time. Like, who cares?
Is that because, think about even 4 years ago, where phones were just phones. I mean, the Motorola Razr had the camera in it. So that was cool.
Part of my history.
But, and I read another article, Moore's Law is slowing down. You know how the number of chips every 18 months, but they said that's slowing down now because, well, what next is there? Are you going to put some sort of a microwave on this thing?
I disagree.
It's a camera. It's a music box. It's a phone.
And I'm with you on that. But here's why I disagree. I disagree that it's slowing down because of that. Because people are greedy. And you have public corps that care more about wringing out a few extra dollars, and they will delay innovation to get that. So my iPhone, big iPhone fan, I've waited probably 5 years for it to get 12 megapixel camera when they had it probably 7 years ago.
Yeah.
But they know that if they iterate all these releases over 5 years, they can, like, let's say, quadruple their profits. And it's the corporate America, or the corporate world, that I think is slowing down innovation for the sake of more profits.
But you're going to buy another iPhone.
Absolutely.
So they're doing their job.
Yeah. I'll be there first in line for the 7 if I can afford it. That will never change.
Did you read the letter that he wrote to the U.S. government?
Yeah, did you read my notes? That's the third thing on my list.
Well, what do you think of that letter?
Okay, so if you haven't seen the letter, Tim Cook was asked by the FBI to break into one of their phones. And the reason being, it was the phone of a terrorist who committed the San Bernardino terrorist accident. It was on purpose. The terrorist on purpose. And then Tim said no. He told the FBI, no, I won't do that. One, he said that Apple doesn't actually have the
But he wrote a really nice, long form letter about why this is
privacy.
such an important thing and that they didn't want that to be replicated by...
This will be the biggest case that America has been a part of in the past 100 years. Mark my words. The privacy thing
Bigger
in America,
than Feel the Burn 2016?
The privacy case in America is so big. This is like the precedent of, can the government know everything they want about you? Are you entitled to have any sort of privacy on your own? But and most of us would say no because we're on Facebook.
The Google CEO already sided with Tim Cook. So you have the metropolis of Android saying, we don't want to break our phones either. So how can the FBI say that?
That's the question. We're going to find out. Bernie Sanders fan. Yeah, I'm a Bernie Sanders fan. I pay attention to American politics because I can't ignore them. My entire media experience is American politics, and then Justin Trudeau and Vogue. But I like Bernie Sanders because one, he doesn't take corporate donations. I love that because to me, I'm like, okay, you don't have to be swayed by someone you owe something to.
Yeah.
And two, he seems really like he's gonna die soon. The guy's 78. He's got something to live for.
So you're giving him the sympathy vote because
no.
the other ones could get a vote before they die?
We all have grandparents. We all have grandparents that we love to death because they speak their mind and they tell you what they believe to be true. Bernie will do that. He doesn't care what you think about him. He'll stand up and he'll spit it and he'll do what he thinks is right. Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, all these other politicians have a vested interest to keep things going the way they are, or to make money, or to please someone. This guy says, the system's broken, let me fix it. And I'm like, sure, I'm not American, so take a risk. Just do your best, man. That's what I think.
I just like him because I saw a picture of him waiting for the bus when he was, this was late last year. So this guy that could be the next American president, or if anything, he's going to be, he's running for president, and he's taking the bus to work every day. Well, that sends a message right there. That's amazing. That's somebody that I want running my country.
Yeah, and the message, if you didn't catch that, is if you take the bus, you will become the president of the United States.
What do you think of Finland getting rid of cursive handwriting this year? 2016 was the year. Finland said, no more.
What's the point? I didn't like it in grade 3 either. I remember stressing in grade 3 to take my G into the R. It was impossible.
Still, when I teach and I have to write anything on the board, I get embarrassed because I write literally, it's embarrassing. And then when you spell something wrong, there's no little squiggly line to help you out. Right. So you look like an idiot.
Yeah, people know you get it wrong.
Yeah, and then that validates the teacher's opinion because they got to tell you you're wrong. It's like, that's not valuable in society.
The way I view cursive writing is it will become an art form. If you want to do it, you're going to go do it well. You can be a typographer. It'll be beautiful. And there's a place for that. But why, if you've got someone in school for 12 years of their life, are you going to waste time talking and teaching them a skill set that no longer benefits them? Before it was about writing and teaching someone to write. Well, you can still do that now with computers and other things. And I don't want to be nostalgic about it. It's beautiful. It has a place in the art world and in other places, in posters, whatever. But teach my kids how to do taxes and real skills that they can apply in their life. I'm tired of people going into debt and not knowing how to get out of it, Jeph. So teach them money things and things that have value.
Feel the Burn 2016.
Next. So that's social TV. For you who are watching, it is a whole lot of nonsense, but things that we think within 10 minutes you'll find at least 15 to 20 seconds of value in.
And at least you'll have at least 4 or 5 articles to tweet out after.
Right?
So are we going to talk about Twitter next time?
We'll talk about Twitter. You can tweet us your questions if you want us to talk about that. At Sir Greg Moore, at Jeph Maystruck, Jep Maystruck.
PH.
JPH. Jeph Maystruck.
Shows you how many times he's actually tweeted me.
It's all there.
Jerk. And to you, Greg, remember how I used to always throw you under the bus at the end? And be like, and with our send-off, Greg Moore.
No, I don't.
Next week, we're going to talk about Hillary Clinton and the Twitter scandal.
Are we done? You just got to hear it.
We're done.
That was fun.